Good morning, everybody. So thank you to be here for me. Today, as you should know, I'm gonna present you my researches on the company Boracay. And so this is for my fourth year. It was my internship of 4 months, and my specialization is international business development. So first of all, a very important thing is I'm gonna present you the pastel analysis of the environment, the external environment, just to remind you the important actors that we have nowadays. So first, the politic part. So in Europe, for the company, this is a very good thing because we don't have any borders. And it allows the company to have free exchanges with European countries, so this is very important and useful for us. But the bad part, the dark part, is there is more competition from European countries, and it could be not so beneficial for us. But this is an interesting thing to then for Europe in the advertising object market, there are very powerful unions, and these unions are like 2FPCO, and these unions create a structured environment for this market, and this is a very good thing because we are a structured company, so this is important for the market to have the same actors against us. In France, as I told you, we have the two FPCO that gives real regulation rules, laws about advertising objects, and we are from the two FPCO, so this is a real plus for us. So economically, customers care about their advertising budget in Europe, but fortunately in France we do care, but we spend more compared with the US. For sure, this is nothing because we all know that US spend a lot of money in the marketing budget, but in France, we are the ones that spend the most in advertising budget, so this is very important. This is a good thing for us because we are the leader in the advertising market in France. So technological, this is a real plus because there is a real growth of new technologies. It opens new market with new opportunities, huge opportunities. We had the bubble internet, and now we have a lot of objects that come from this bubble and that are very important for us, interesting, like Bluetooth object, speakers with Bluetooth. So this is all about technologies that we can use, we can sell. It is more expensive, but it is very important for us and useful. On the legal environment, so there are some norms, ROHS norms, that care about well-being of humans, care about the environment. We try to be sustainable, we try to protect the earth and to be smart, profitable company. And this is very important for our image, the image that we want to give to consumers and users of our objects. So here, as you can see, I'm sorry for that, but it didn't give the same thing when it was on my computer. So the company was founded by Jean-Dominique Gimon, and the CEO of the company is Émeric Petit. They have there are 4 main collaborators with Christelle Bergeron and Benjamin de la Bouvrie that deals with research and development part of the company. So now a little bit more about the company and how we work. The business model canvas. So we have key partners that we work with, 656 editions, European sourcing. This is a website to reference different companies, different advertising object companies. So we pay them, but we are referenced in the entire Europe and world, if I can say that. So it is worth what we spend for that. Objective Goodies, it is a newspaper and a website that sell our products. So basically, we give them some information about the product. They put it in place on their website, and after they come back for us and they sell for us. Promoter and Chinese factories, of course, we do sourcing. This is the heart of our job, and we go in China to look for some new products, some new factories, and so this is very, very important for us. Very good partners. Key activities, so that we do sourcing, of course, this is the heart of our job. We sell the product, we take orders and claims, and we try to solve it, and we care about the transport of goods. So this is basically all the activities that we do. Key resources. So we have a website that resellers go in and find new products, the products they want. We have a large community of resellers because we are just a B2B company. So we work with them, and moreover, we have a Chinese factories. Value proposition. So what we sell is well-being for resellers. In fact, we go in China, we do all the work for them, and they just need to come here and ask us what they need. And so basically we do all the first job that is very long and very painful, if I can say that. Customer relationship. We really try to create a trustable relationship. Very loyal. We work with Chinese factories and resellers for a while, and we really want to keep these relationships at the best possible. Different channels. Our products come from China, so we use air for sea, road and road transport because our goods come from very far from here, so we need all these transportations, if I can say that. Customers, so we are just B2B company, so we work with resellers, authorized sellers, and advertising companies. We really want to keep it with business, with people that they know their subject. It is very important for us. And the margin, very important. So we have a very small margin because this is our strategy. The margin is between 1 to 7% on each order, but 7% is really a big number for us. This is more about between 1 and 4% because we want to sell huge quantities and make a little profit on that. This is our strategy, and we do it very well. So we are in a very competitive environment. So the strength, we have a good notoriety, we have good technologies, stable financial situation, large range of products, company with a human size, with a low turnover, high R&D competencies, and good management in Chinese market. So I'm not going to speak about opportunities, more about threats. The market is very far away. So we have some problems of logistics and control of suppliers. This is what really that often happen for sourcing companies. And we have to take care about corruption problems. In China, this is not so corrupted, but we are looking for new countries to source, and we are thinking about India. But India, there is a lot of corruption, so we need to take care of that point. And yeah, due to the distance between countries, this is difficult to make loyal relationships. And we need a local agent here in China if you want to make good deals. About the literature thesis, sourcing in China. So my problematic is the sourcing in China profitable? Will be profitable in the future? So as you all know, we speak about China for 20 years right now, but China is not really an emerging country anymore. This is one of the most powerful countries in the world, and we have to keep in mind that prices are higher, and we need to take care of that. And it is why I am thinking about for next year which will be the best countries to welcome sourcing companies. And the first will be Bangladesh, Vietnam, or India, but I'm not sure about that, and I'm gonna dig closer and closer in that to see what is really interesting for us. Thank you for your attention. I hope it was interesting for you, and I'm waiting for your feedback. Thank you. Bye.